Okay, so this is going to be the first of the quest that I do on my new account. I decided to go with Rune Mysteries, and I'll quickly do, or not quickly, but I'll do Rune Memories right after that. I'll probably still split them into 2 videos. And I'll do the same for Stolen Hearts and Diamond in the Rough. I decided to go with this quest first because there really isn't a big quest for the Road to the 6th Age quest that really makes it worth a starting video. I was thinking Haziel Cult, but it is a really short quest and it really doesn't do all that much. So whereas Rune Mysteries and Rune Memories are reworked quests, so they are a lot better in both design and in sound.
Felina, the tower is in danger. I need to speak to Archmage Cedrador. I'm sorry, Arya. The Archmage was clear. Maybe if you told me why, I could pass on a I can't explain. Listen, if the Archmage can't see me, perhaps I could speak to Wizard Eleanor. I'm sorry, Arya. You are barred from entering the tower for any reason. This is none of your business, outsider. No, wait, I recognize you. You're the adventurer Zenly mentioned. Will you help me again?
Oh yeah, they took out the tutorial for Birth Orb and put it in the Ashdale one, so she doesn't recognize me.
I'm the wizard Arya. I'm sorry, just Arya. I'm a former tower wizard. I'm an adventurer now, based out of the Champions Guild.
Okay, that was just stupid. Not being part of the tower doesn't mean that you can't be a wizard.
Could you take a message to Archmage Cedrador for me? Depending on how he reacts, I may need your help with other things. Thank you. Just go to Archmage Cedrador and... Wait, no. Too late. There's something happening.
By Saradomin, the Holy Archmage! Begone! Spirit of the Abyss!
New Saradomin has spiritual or magical power, but it's not like he's an archmage or anything like that.
Away from me!
Come on. My message can wait. Let's see what's happening. Cast airstrike in the vortex. Torrent into the power. It grab Goran's mind spike if you need one. He's dropped it next to him.
No, it was already selected. Well, this is odd.
Cast airstrike at the vortex. Toward...
Oh, I get it now.
Thanks, adventurer. Talk to me again outside the tower if you still want to.
Took longer than I wanted to. Well, only because I wasn't quite paying attention.
I can't believe Sedrador would set up a ward to keep me out. I didn't realize he saw me as that dangerous. That's what I want to find out. I know the tower is in danger, but I don't know the details. I'm a seer. I have premonitions sometimes. Flashes of information. Emotional impressions, nothing precise. Lately, I've been having visions of the tower in flames. But I don't know any details and I can't prove anything. I came here to investigate and now I find I can't get into the building. People talk about wizards having a gift for magic, but the first thing you're told when you join the wizard's tower is that it's not true. Magic isn't handed down by gods or random chance. Anyone can learn it if they put in the effort. But being a seer runs in families. It's not something I worked for. When I told the other wizards about it, they resented me. I tried to use my magic to understand and control my ability. My goal was to integrate it into magical theory so I could teach it to other wizards. But I ended up being expelled from the tower. There are schools of magic besides the tower's standard spellbook. I used a forbidden source of information when I was trying to understand my premonitions. I need you to go into the tower for me. Talk to the wizards and find out what's happening there. Archmage Sedrador is the head of the tower, so you should talk to him. I think Wizard Elrond might help as well. He was my mentor while I was there. You should talk to the other wizards as well. Ask if they've seen anything unusual lately. One of them must have seen something that will help us.
Thank you for saving me from that thing. Please, my mind spike as a reward. It was horrible. It felt like it radiated evil power. And you saw what color it was? Red. The color of a Zamorak. It was red wizards who burned down the tower 100 years ago. This could be another Zamorakian plot to destroy us. You've got to do something. Human. Everything about this tower is unusual from my point of view. The human approach to magic is endlessly fascinating. If you're referring to that thing that attacked Librarian, however, I've never seen anything like it before. There's an old human called Triborg in this tower who's always talking about strange creatures. Maybe you should be asking him. trying to concentrate on a very difficult spell. Did I summon it, do you mean? Certainly not. Although I am the only wizard in this tower with the expertise to guard and study it. It's been here longer than anyone remembers. I dare say some foolish wizard summoned while meddling forces they did not fully understand. Every time it's destroyed, it reappears on the same spot. So we built a containment wall around it and left it there. Not now. Only Wizard Mizgog's beads turning up all over the floor. I shall send my imps to hide them before someone trips over them. Why don't you go and bother Wizard Trayvon instead? Duffers always see my beads. Where are my beads? I think Wizard Greyzag's imps have been moving my notes around. I can't find the section I was working on yesterday. Why don't you ask Wizard Trayvon? He loves telling people about things he's seen. I'm sure there's been something strange happening with the power beam lately. The beam acts as an anchor for all our teleportation spells. So, as a teleportation specialist, I'm sensitive to any fluctuations. Archmage Centaur is aware of the problem. Perhaps you should ask him what he's doing about it.
Hello, can I help you? I heard that commotion in the library earlier. I assumed it was Wizard Warren jumping in shadows again. I'm not sure he's cut out for the stressful life of an academic like me. Adventurer, it's good to see you again. No, I did hear the commotion in the library earlier, though. I'm glad you're here. If there is something wrong, I'm sure you and the senior wizards will be able to get to the bottom of it.
These pesky thingamy what they get everywhere. They're even terrible. You're a singing what? I've never seen one up close before. I said I was mad. Now you are proof. There are singing what's in this tower. Now, where can I find a cave big enough to keep?
I might be able to be off.
Oh, okay, have a good time and watch out for sheep. They're all coming when they walk. Hello, young. I've seen them in the power. Singing ones. I like to look at the power beam sometimes. There are so many things we see every day, but never look at after. Oh, look at every day, but never see. I think thingamy-wots. No one else sees them. They think I'm mad. Didn't you know? This tower was built on the ruins of an old tower. That's where it came from, the swirly thing. I saw it come up through the floor of the library.
Finally, Archmage Citadel.
Welcome, adventurer, to the world-renowned Wizard's Tower. How can I help you? The tower is the finest institute of magical learning in Misthalin, Ascania, or Candelin. The standard adventurer spellbook and the teleportation lodestones are both products of Tower Wizard's research. Most importantly, the tower guards the secret of the Rune essence, which allowed human civilization to prevail over the monsters and barbarians and ushered in the 5th age of the world. They are the relic of a sad chapter in the tower's history. Originally, the wizards of the tower were not as unified as they now are. There were orders devoted to different gods, notably Saradomin, god of goodness and order, and Zamorak, god of evil and chaos. The orders worked together for 70 years, but eventually the Zamorakian wizards betrayed the others and burned the tower down. Archmage Perion rebuilt the tower and forbade Zamorakian wizards from joining. The rebuilt tower has been united and at peace for 100 years. Yes, specifically the secret of the teleportation spell that lets us reach it. The discovery of the Rune essence, the ability to make rune stones, is the single greatest magical discovery in the history of Gillian. Allows anyone to use magical effects easily and reliably. The Rune essence lies in the frozen room, where the eye of Saradomin once rested. The first wizards reached it by an arduous landing, but eventually they discovered the spell to teleport there directly. After Zamorakian mages burnt the tower down 100 years ago, Archmage Perion decided to keep the spell secret, rather than let it fall into evil hands. We will cast the spell for anyone we think trustworthy. But the spell itself is an inner mystery of the tower, and is taught only to select individuals. Yes, I'm aware of that. Wizard Vanina told me she was here. You can tell Ariane that her concerns have been noted. I'm preparing to deal with the anomalies in the power beam, so there's no cause for concern. I can see that there is some evidence that she has premonitions, but unless she can give me more specific information, there's really nothing I can do.
He kinda has a point there.
You know what she did, no?
Sort of.
Wizard Ariane was our most promising student. She could have been Archmage someday. I overlooked her gallivanting off as an adventurer. Everyone's reckless in their youth. But I can't allow a demon worshipper in the tower. The tower has had strict rules against Zamorakian wizards for the last 100 years, and I have to apply that, even to her. I'm preparing an icenic purge. It'll send a surge of energy through the power beam, which should overpower whatever creatures have managed to enter it.
This has always been something that I found weird. They never actually mention what a scenic purge is or where it comes from. It's concerned that the word I've seen in it and supposedly is possible from New Domina. I think that's about it. Let's see.
Welcome to the Wizard's Tower. Just The usual stream of visitors, adventurous students, traders. No one unusual. Why, oh! This is about Ariane's warning, isn't it? No, I haven't seen anything unusual. The Archmage is dealing with the problem. But if you want to go inside and pester every wizard in the tower, then I can't stop you. Have you learnt anything from the wizards in the tower? Have you learnt anything from the wizards? So what did you learn? I spoke to the demon, spoke to it, but there's no middle ground with Sentinel. Step outside the line and you're a red wizard. Through the library floor? But that means it was something from the old tower. This tower is built on the ruins of an older one, which burned down 100 years ago. The story is that Zamarakian wizards betrayed the other orders, but the details of what happened are a mystery. I do know it happened just after the wizards discovered the inner secret of the Rune mysteries. The Rune essence teleported spell. Perhaps that discovery led to a conflict. The surface part of the old tower was destroyed by the fire, and the new tower was built on the same place. But the underground levels of the old tower are still there. Have you learnt anything from the wizards of... So what did you learn? What he means is he's going to flood the tower with magic without knowing what he's dealing with. It might work, but I want to be sure. We should find out more. Through the library floor? Good idea, but I still want to hear what Cedrador and Eloron have to say. Could you go back inside and talk to them?
Alright.
What can I do for you on this glorious day, adventurer? Are her premonitions still troubling her? I fear as much. Please let her know that I take her seriously, even if no one else does. I will do everything I can to convince our Archmage Cedrador to take action. When I took Ariane on as my apprentice, she asked me to help her suppress her premonitions. She didn't want to stand out because of a natural gift. She wanted to stand out, if at all, by the work she put in. I told her that that was admirable, but it would be wrong to turn down an advantage the gods had given her. I helped her to harness her gift, to refine it, and to Samarak with what the other wizards thought. With hindsight, it shouldn't have surprised me when Cedrador expelled her just for using every source of knowledge at her disposal. Welcome, adventurer. Yes, you can tell Ariane that... You can tell. Welcome, adventurer, to the world. Yes, you can tell. I can see that there is some heavy. I'm preparing a nice... I can see that there is some evidence. You know what she did, don't you? Wizard Ariane was our most promising, but I can't allow a gift.
Have you spoken to Cedrador and Elrond? So what did you learn? He's the only tower wizard who was sympathetic. He convinced me to work on them, rather than suppress them. But that doesn't help us with the problem. We need to find out what these vortices are. What he means is he's going to flood the tower with... I spoke to the demon. Through the library floor. Good idea. It's not going to be easy though. Archmage Perian sealed the lower levels when he built the second tower. There's a rumor that the door can be opened using the water surge spell, but many wizards have tried casting that spell on the door and failed. It's more likely that there's a key hidden somewhere in the tower. Could you go back into the tower and find the key? I think Wizard Elrond will help us if we tell him what we're doing. You should start by talking to him.
I forgot how much going back and forth there was in this quest.
What can I do for you? Alas, even senior tower wizards aren't allowed into the ruins. I certainly couldn't tell the secret to a disgraced ex-wizard and an outsider, however much I might try them. One wonders what it is that generations of archmages have wanted to keep locked away down there. Forbidding a source of knowledge goes against the principles upon which the first tower was founded.
It's only been 100 years. It should only be about 2 or 3 generations at best.
No one except Archmage Cedrador is allowed to know the secret of entry to the ruins. Naturally, I've heard rumors. Many young wizards have wasted runes casting water surge on the door to no effect. A few, however, have speculated that the key might lie not in casting that spell, but in understanding it. It was the Archmage Perian, first Archmage of the new tower, who sealed the lower levels. He had an idiosyncratic understanding of magic and its relationship to other arts. Perian had the Bible installed in the library, and he wrote a treatise on the relationship between magic and music.
Perian would have made a good Serenist.
I don't recall saying anything of the sort. If you did want to read that book, though, for its historical interest, perhaps, you could find it on one of the bookshelves on the ground floor. If you must play the organ, at least keep to the top manual. It's quietest. Not even Archmage Cedrador could concentrate with a bracket from the loud manuals. It's been here since the tower was rebuilt. I think the first Archmage was a little eccentric in his architectural preferences.
Okay, that's done. I should go talk to Arya.
Have you made any progress with getting the key? The key to the old tower? Who knows what's down there? There could be knowledge that's been lost for 100 years. I just hope it's well preserved. It would be terrible for knowledge to be lost forever. The entrance is on the east side of the island. Come on. Come on, open the door and let's see what's in the room. People to come down here for 100 years. This must be the Chamber of Shrines. The senior wizards used it as a meeting, and wizards joining the tower would pledge allegiance to one of the 4 orders here. I've read about it, but I never thought I'd see it. The greatest magical innovators of Gillian once walked this room. I wish we could spend more time exploring the ruins. If I can, I'll stay down here after we've done what we came for. The old tower was made up of wizards from all over the world, with wildly different philosophies of magic. They arranged themselves into 4 orders, dedicated to different gods: blue, green, red, and grey. The blue wizards worship Saradoni, god of goodness and order. He's the most widely worshipped god in human lands. The blue wizards believed magic could be used to help people and focused on non-combat spells. They invented most of the enchantment spells in the standard spellbook we use today. After the first tower was destroyed, it was the surviving blue wizards who rebuilt it. The new tower is still a Saradominist institution, although these days a lot of wizards only pay lip service to the religion. Wizards worshipped Guthix, god of nature and balance. According to the Druids, Guthix created the world and then entered a deep sleep. Before the rise of our current civilization, the other gods went to war with one another for control of the world. After millennia of fighting, Guthix awoke in banishment, so they could no longer intervene directly. It was a follower of Guthix who discovered the rune essence, and the Green Wizards were the old tower's experts on rune crafting. Their statue depicts their founder transmuting a lump of rune essence into a stack of runes. The Red Wizards worshipped Zamorak. Most people today see Zamorak as a god of evil, but for the Red Wizards, he was a god of chaos, personal strength, and creativity.
That's the thing about this double bill quest. Despite the world waves coming afterwards and even highlighting some of Zamorak's most prominent followers, this quest actually gives a more of what we would come to see as Zamorakianism in Dawn of the Sixth Age. It's really interesting.
Zamorak was once mortal, but he stole the staff of a god called Armadil and used it to ascend into godhood. Their statue holds a staff in memory of that. The Red Wizards focused on destructive spells, especially ones involving fire. They invented most of the battle spells that made their way into today's standard spellbook. There are other gods besides Saradomin, Guthix, and Zamorak.
Yeah, you just mentioned one.
Were those who worshipped lesser-known gods, such as Armadil or the Menaphite pantheon, or were non-religious. The Grey Wizards didn't invent many spells, but they made some of the greatest contributions to pure magical theory. Their statue's sword symbolizes a sharp mind cutting into the heart of a matter. We need to get deeper into the ruins to the source of the power beam. It looks like that Rune Guardian is blocking the door.
I'm just gonna turn up the volume a bit.
Wizard, you have proved yourself well. All that remains is to determine the order to which you will belong. Are you ready to be tested?
It thinks we're new wizards joining the tower. Originally, you wouldn't be able to get to this room without passing the entry tests. It's a Rune Guardian. The secret of making them was lost when the old tower was destroyed. It must have been standing at that door for 100 years.
Sounds boring.
I will ask you a series of questions. Your answers will reveal the order to which you are best suited. If you disagree with your application, you can take the test again. The first question. You are behind in your studies due to illness, and the test is begun. Your place at the tower is safe, but if you fail, you will lose some respect. Another apprentice offers you an opportunity to cheat. The second question. An elderly wizard, the last practitioner of a unique branch of magic, dies. Her diary might contain details about her unique magic, but her will states that the diary should be destroyed on her death.
The boy is talented but undisciplined, and does not apply himself outside his areas of interest. What is your approach? The fifth question. A senior wizard asked you to take part in a ritual that will greatly benefit the tower. Before the ritual starts, you discover that he learned part of it from a demon. The ritual appears safe, but demons are expert liars. You are balanced between two orders. A final question. Which of these do you value most?
This is an interesting turn. The last time I did this was firmly blue order, and I didn't even know that it gives you a choice between which to choose. I guess it only chooses the green one if you're balanced between blue and red. Yeah, although there is a part of me that does want to know as much as possible, there are boundaries that shouldn't be crossed when trying to gain knowledge. I think that gray would fit most with Zara, since he for the most part, he conducted experiments on other beings, and didn't exactly seem like he cared all that much about the ethics of what he was doing. So he'd probably be gray or gray-red.
I guess we'll need to find a way across here. It's not as simple as that. Each teleport spell goes to one specific location. Creating a new one can take years of research.
Well, except for other races like the vampires in the Majorat.
It took the wizards of the old tower decades to crack the teleportation problem. It wasn't solved until shortly before the old tower's destruction.
I could jump that.
Maybe you could, but I'm not risking it. We need to find a safe way for us to both get across. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm making us a bridge.
You're what? That's a statue of Eratona the Crane, who negotiated the treaties with local rulers that let the wizards transport runes from the Essence Mine. You can't just push her statue down.
Do you have a better idea?
Well, no, but be careful, okay? Try not to damage the statue.
See? All's well that ends well. Though even then, I'm a bit surprised that it just stayed there without creaking or anything like that.
This The heart of the old tower. The central spellcasting chamber where the old wizards performed their most powerful rituals. It's amazing. I never imagined I'd see it in person. So do I. Most of the spells we use today were invented in this room. Wizards of all 4 orders cooperated for the sake of magical research. These vortices look like the one that attacked Wizard Boren. I want to find out what they are. I'll need you to attract a vortex into this circle and keep it there while I examine it. Yourself into your work, but the old wizards literally put part of their souls into the power beam. They must have wanted to create a very powerful magical effect. I don't know what they were trying to do, but whatever it was, it went wrong. Do you know what this is? I think this is what destroyed the first tower. I think there was an enchantment keeping the vortices here, but someone has removed it. Now, they're able to go up the beam to the new tower, and you saw the trouble they can cause. I can't tell, but it happened recently, within the last few days. It looks like we weren't the first people to come down here after all. I can replace the enchantment that was keeping the vortices here, but it'll take some time. While I do it, you need to go back to the new tower and delay Cedrador's casting of his Icenic Purge. The Icenic Purge floods the tower with energy, but these vortices are attracted to magic. All it'll do is draw them up into the tower and make it impossible to get rid of them. I can restore the enchantment that kept the vortices in the ruins, but I need to do it while they're still here. I don't know, but I'm sure you can think of something. If he's casting an Icenic Purge, he'll probably be in the library on the ground floor.
assistant and I are casting an Icenic purge, and we must have silence in order to concentrate. Please be quiet, adventurer. Adventurer. The Icenic purge is in a critical stage, and it is essential that all participants be able to concentrate. Adventurer, I must insist that you step away from that organ. Break my concentration once more, and you will feel the wrath of the Grand Archmage of the Reborn Tower! The purge is complete. Thank you, fellow wizards. Whatever these entities were, they could not have survived such a powerful wave of magic. Adventurer, I suggest you leave the library and find your friend Ariane. Tell her not to worry. We have dealt with the problem without any help.
Close, but I managed to restore the enchantment. The vortices are trapped in the ruins again. Thanks for your help, adventurer. I couldn't have done this without you. Well, thanks again. I found some things in the ruins you might be interested in. They're yours if you want them. To head back down to the ruins to study the vortices. I want to find out what happened to the old tower and who released the vortices from the ruins. Meet me down there if you want to help.
Alright, so I'm just gonna end this here, and I'll start up in a couple of minutes to do room memories. I'll see you then.